Hey everyone, so this is Siddhika and this is my first YouTube video. Actually, I've posted few videos on my Instagram handle and you can check them out if you want. The ID will be in the description below. So I have thought a lot about the topic that I've chosen for this video, and I think there are various taboos regarding it everywhere in the world. So actually I've chosen two topics for this video which are really very important and everyone should know about it, and I think people should most oftenly talk about it to bring awareness among others as well as in them. So the topics are the LGBTQ community and the suicide prevention. So I think without further ado, let's get into the video.
LGBTQ community and suicide prevention. These both topics somewhere go hand in hand because the suicide rate of LGBTQ youth is increasing day by day. So that's why I thought I'll talk about both the topics in this video. Gender identity. It is a person's internal, deeply felt sense of being a male, female, or a transgender or any other gender category. Everyone has one gender identity. Sexuality. Sexuality is not just based on the body or the body parts. It is experienced and expressed in thoughts, fantasies, desires, beliefs, our attitudes, our values, our behaviors, practices, roles, and relationships. It is how people experience and express themselves as sexual beings in total as physical, social, emotional, and ethical way. Now, what is LGBTQ? LGBTQ stands for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer. I guess we all know the meanings of these words, so I won't talk about it in detail in this video. Now, what are the things that LGBTQ youth experience? Number one, bullying. Bullying in LGBTQ community is alarming. I mean, 90% of these people suffer from bullying. 60% of people get physically assaulted and 40% of people get sexually harassed because of their sexual orientation. Number two, family rejection. Many times when people come out, they experience family rejection as their family is not ready to accept what they are and can have various negative impact on the child. Number three, hostile climate. Hostile climate makes the person feel inferior from other people. It can affect the mental health of the person. Now, what all this can lead to? Number one, homelessness. Many times, when the person is rejected by his or her family, they tend to leave the house because they don't want to live a fake life. They don't want to live. They want to live as who they are, and all this comes at a cost of homelessness. The person feels happy with his or herself but feels bad about leaving his or her loved ones behind. Number two, health disparities. LGBTQ people experience a number of health disparities. They are at higher risk of certain conditions. These disparities are seen in the areas of behavioral health, physical health, and access to care. Number three, victimization and trafficking. Many times it may happen that if a person hasn't come out yet, can get blackmailed or can be victimized because of his or her secret, and that leads to trafficking and other sorts of ill treatment with them. Number 4, suicide. All of this can always result in suicide. The pressure of being normal, the pressure of being hiding their real identity, poor mental health, bullying, homelessness, etc. All of this makes the person so helpless that he or she chooses to die instead of living. Chronic stress related to harassment and fear of being outed leads to increased levels of anxiety and depression among LGBTQ youth. This puts them at high risk for suicide. When someone comes out to you, all you need to do first is listen to them. Just because coming out, listen to them. Because coming out takes lots of strength. So just listen to them and let them talk. Show more interest and care. I know all of this can be new for us, but we can try to know more and more about it, and this will make them happy and they'll feel accepted. Match your words with actions. Don't only say stuff, but also mean it. Instead of saying, show them you care and that they matter to you, not their sexual orientation. Mirror their emotions. I know this is difficult because you can't do this unless you have gone through the same or because you haven't dealt with the hardships that they have. But you can be empathetic towards them. Keep information disclosed and confidential. This is the important one, guys. If a person comes out to you about their sexual orientation but isn't comfortable in letting others know yet, so keep it to yourself as it's their story to tell, and all you can do is support them instead of telling others. Now, what is an ally? An ally is any person who supports equality and fairness for LGBTQ individuals and their families. He or she who is willing to explore and understand these forms of bias within him, her, or themselves. Things we need to remember. Number one, don't make assumptions about someone's sexual orientation or gender identity. Number two, remember that LGBTQ people are a diverse group. Number three, stand up, express support for LGBTQ people, and confront derogatory statements even when you don't think there is an LGBTQ person around. Don't be afraid to say, I don't understand because I want to be respectful of you. Being a good ally does not mean that you never get confused or make mistakes. It means that you are doing everything in your power to learn and act in a respectful way. Always, even when you don't understand. Suicide prevention. Warning signs for suicide. Talking about wanting to die or to kill oneself. Looking for a way to kill oneself, such as searching online or obtaining a gun. Talking about feeling hopeless or having no reason to live. Talking about feeling trapped or in unbearable pain. Talking about being a burden to someone. Increasing the use of alcohol and drugs. Acting anxious or agitated, behaving recklessly, sleeping too much or too little, withdrawing or feeling isolated, showing rage or talking about seeking revenge, displaying extreme mood swings. When someone may be suicidal but is not in immediate danger, what we can do is be aware and watchful for the wrong signs, for the warning signs. Become available, show interest and support. The National Suicide Prevention is a great resource. Stay calm. What to say? I am here. You are not alone. I care about you. And just listen to them. Just listen to what they want to say. What not to say? Your life is not that bad. Would you really hurt me like that? Suicide is selfish. Suicide is cowardly. You don't mean that. You have so much to live for. Things could be worse. Other people have worse problems than you and they don't want to die. Suicide is a permanent solution to a temporary problem. You will go to hell if you die by suicide.
So I guess you guys got to learn a lot of stuff from the presentation earlier. Now I had few questions to ask my friends and to know their views on it. So let's start with it. This is Prachi and this is Samta. Say
Hi, guys.
Okay. So the first question is sexual orientation a choice?
No, I don't think it's a choice. It's the way of living, and people should not worry about it anymore.
Nice, Prachi. I totally agree with you. Okay, so the second question is homosexuality a disease?
No, I don't think it is a disease. It is something you are blessed with. So instead of being ashamed of it, you should accept it. And I've seen many people go through conversion therapy, but it should be a choice, and you should not go any conversion therapy under pressure. That's what my view is.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. So the third question is it possible to predict suicide?
No, it's not easy to predict suicide, but with the guidelines mentioned in your video, I guess we can understand and prevent it.
Okay, so this is it, and I hope you like this video, and if you do, just like, comment and share it with your loved ones,
And subscribe.
and do subscribe as well.